Joe Smith Jr. dropped Jesse Hart, battered him all over the ring for 10 rounds and won a decision. That's pretty much it. There's really not much else to say about the fight other than the judge who scored it for Hart needs to be struck off. They do not need to be anywhere near a boxing ring ever again for the rest of their lives, because this was a very, very easy fight to score. I mean, boxing fans love throwing the word robbery around. If Jesse Hart had been given the decision over Joe Smith Jr., now that would have been a robbery. If you want to know what a robbery actually looks like, one of those judges actually tried to rob Joe Smith Jr. Thankfully, the two other judges weren't popping pills on the job or drinking on the job. They were actually doing what they were supposed to be doing, and they scored the fight appropriately, which was to Joe Smith Jr. by wide margins. Okay? Now, Smith Jr., always been a tough guy, could always punch. He famously ended the career of Bernard Hopkins. But when he tried to step up to the next level against the likes of Dimitri Bivol and even Sullivan Barrera, who wasn't a champion but was a top contender at one stage, Joe Smith Jr. came up short. But now we've got a vacant WBO title flying around because Canelo Alvarez is vacated. Perhaps Joe Smith Jr. will get another crack at a world title, this time for a vacant belt. But who against? Will it be an Anthony Yarde maybe against Joe Smith Jr.? Will it be somebody else? Going to be interesting. There's going to be several light heavyweight contenders vying for that vacant belt. Maybe one of the champions at the moment might manage to get hold of that vacant belt. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about Joe Smith Jr.'s performance against Jesse Hart. Is there going to be anybody out there deluded enough to believe that Jesse Hart actually won this fight? There was some kind of riot. Well, I don't want to say a riot. A fight, a big fight, maybe a mini riot at ringside. It appeared to be between Joe Smith Jr. fans and Jesse Hart fans. I can't for the life of me imagine what they'd be fighting about, because it's not like it was a, difficult fight to score or there was any serious controversy there in terms of the result. There was controversy there in terms of one of the judges who, God knows what they were doing, but they scored it to Jesse Hart. That was controversial, but the right man won at the end of the day. So why were people fighting? Why were people rioting? Maybe somebody said something slick or said something, deeply offensive because they were so happy that they got the win. I don't know. But that's the only other thing, the only other talking point really surrounding this fight is the one judge who was either blind or high, and the little mini riot they had after the fight was over. So hopefully Joe Smith Jr. Goes on to have some more good fights, because he is an entertaining fighter. He's a blue collar fighter. He's a value for money fighter. He always shows up to give his best. He can punch. He's tough. He's never going to be the most sophisticated boxer out there, but he's always going to try his best. So a guy like that, it's difficult not to root for him. And we'll see where he goes from here. I personally like the Anthony Yarde fight. Yeah, I'm not saying it should be for the vacant WBO necessarily, but just as a standalone fight for Anthony Yarde in particular, I like it. And I think it's also good for Joe Smith Jr. Anthony Yarde recently fought for a world title, right, against Sergey Kovalev. Came close to winning it. Joe Smith Jr., if he can put on a good performance against Anthony Yarde, Yarde has got a good ranking with the WBO. I'm sure that would help him out. And same way, Yarde, if he beats Joe Smith Jr., that'll be the first credible name on his record. So I personally like that fight. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It's Hatman, I'm out. Hatman merch is now available. We got t-shirts, vests, hoodies, and more. Just click the link below.